5.
I'm Colette Ralston, this is Sandy Jones and Julie Bell. And we're gonna make cards. We're gonna use one stamp, and each one of us is using that stamp on our cards, but each card will be different. And by the way, these are cards that we have made, and they're available in the fellowship hall. Our cards sell for $1 a piece, and as always, proceeds go to support our missions. And we thank you for supporting our missions.
Okay, now, if some of you are thinking you don't have imagination or whatever it takes to make these cards, here's what I do. I always find a book or something with cards in it that I can just look at, and I'm going to do this one right here. So first, and I'll explain why I'm doing this in a minute. First, I'm going to stamp the inside of the card, and it says, "Merry Christmas, love, hope, and joy to you always." I'm going to stamp the inside first, and I'll explain in a moment. Okay, hope I got enough on there. Okay, and it's easy. It's nice to use something like this because it just holds it together better, and especially on a table like this, because sometimes it won't come out clear. Okay, so I'm just going to stamp this right down here. Okay. So there's that. There's your Merry Christmas right there. And then I'm going to stamp this side because, get this, and since this is such a huge stamp, we have to do it like this. Just stamp it all over your stamp pad. Right in the middle. Okay. Now, I'm going to stamp the front. Make sure. Okay, here we go. Okay. Okay. Yay! And now I have this star right here, and I'm going to make that pop. I'm going to use my pen here and make that a little bit yellow, but then I'm going to use this stickle. Okay, now let me put this right in here. Just put a little bit on your, and of course you don't want, that's why I did this first, because I did not want to get this messed up. So I'm going to, on the back of all of our cards, we have handcrafted by the Jones United Methodist Crafty Ladies. So we're going to put one of these on the back. Yours, okay. Now my card was pretty simple,
But it's gorgeous.
but I think it's lovely. Okay, see, there we are. There's the front. There's the back.
And so my card is geared a little bit more toward making with your kids if you'd like, and using some things that you might have around the house if you don't have a lot of craft supplies. That's what I like to do, is try to think of ways to use just things that you already have. So I took a simple white card, but I actually cut out some wrapping paper and just cut it out a little bit smaller than the size of the front of my card and glued that on. And I just used a glue stick. You can use that or double stick tape. And then I took whatever color I wanted, and I wanted to put green with the Christmas red, so I cut that a little bit smaller than my wrapping paper. I'm going to glue that down. Okay, you should just center that on the red paper, the wrapping paper. Now, I took the same stamp that Sandy used, that we talked about, and just stamped that onto some white paper. And now, I'm going to cut around the design. So I just went around, cut out baby Jesus, just around the design, and then I also cut out around the words. I just kind of followed the way the words are printed on there, and I cut that out separately, just like that. So I ended up with baby Jesus. And then it says, unto us a child is born. So I put those into separate pieces. And I'm actually going to use crayons to color. And you can just color it however you want. Let your kids color it. I really like getting handmade gifts and cards. So I know grandparents like that, moms and dads. So if you want to let your kids do the gluing and the cutting and then just color in baby Jesus and his manger and the hay. I'm just going to glue baby Jesus onto the green paper now. Now, on the stamp, it had a star in the design. I didn't cut that out. You can use, we have some little wooden stars here at Crafty Ladies, or anything that you can think of. What I took was some of this garland that has little stars on it. And I just cut one of those off, and they make that in all different colors. I'm going to use gold. Just put a little glue on that, and put that above baby Jesus, and between baby Jesus and my words. Stars on there. It's not wanting to stick, but you can work with that. So that's the front. And then on the inside, I have a stamp that says, come let us adore him. Gonna open that up. And just stamp that on the inside. Okay. And then I'm going to take my yellow crayon and just kind of highlight some of the areas, like where the star is on the design. So you can let your kids do that. And, or you could even add some stars that you cut off and glue those in. So that's it. It's a fun card to do with your kids. And just be creative with what you have around the house.
Okay, well, I'm going to use the same stamp. Again, like Sandy did, I'm going to do the inside first because I don't want to mess up the outside. So first, I'm going to stamp the words, Merry Christmas, love, hope, and joy to you always. Boom. And you get it on there and you do this. I'm a little vocal.
Yeah.
With mine. Okay, I wanted to do something a little different. This card is talking about baby Jesus being born. And I love old hymnals, and I cut out Silent Night.
Ooh, okay.
And I'm going to glue it right here like this so that whoever gets this card, if they want to, they can pull it down and have the words to Silent Night. So I'm going to glue that on with a glue stick right quick. Yeah, I can see it. This came to me just at the last minute.
Okay. That's why I say these two girls have a lot of imagination.
Okay, see, here's the inside of your card, Merry Christmas, and then, oh, Silent Night, Holy Night, and I have the words.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, I wanted to do something just a little bit different. I've already stamped my thing. And I'm going to color that with colored pencils. But I wanted a background. And I know that I'm using a brown, but I have a piece of burlap that I'm going to glue on here. And so I'm going to just put plenty of glue on here so this will dry while I'm working on the stamp itself. Okay. Lay it on there, and I cut it just a little bit. There. I stamped this, and I'm going to color it with colored pencils now. First, I'm going to do the hay around baby Jesus, then his little plot in the manger. And it's all bright yellow there. I'm going to take my lighter brown pencil and I'm going to color the manger and just get that in there. One thing you can use, they have really nice colored pencils now that are watercolor, And they can give you a totally different effect from just a regular water, colored pencil. But if you don't have one, that doesn't make any difference, okay? And I got that leg and the bar and the leg. Now I'm going to do a little bit of shading on it. My painting background kind of. So I'm going to do a little bit of shading with a darker color. And you can see where I'm doing that here on the edges on the left hand side of the little squares in the stamp. Just kind of gives you a definition to the little manger. Boop, boop, boop. And then I'm going to do the rug. Just going to kind of play with colors in there. Doesn't have to be perfect. I want to add a little bit of yellow to it. Okay, and there's my stamp. And I'm gonna do one more thing to the little thing. I want an edge on this because it's just, I'm gonna glue it on here, but I want it to have kind of like a little teeny tiny little frame. So I'm just gonna take my stamp pad and just do the edges. Can you see the black edging? It'll pop when it gets on the thing. Okay, now I'm going to put my glue on it. Okay, then we'll stick this on here, like so. Get it centered as best you can. And I'm going to lay a Kleenex over that. Okay. There's my card. I might have to go back and glue a little bit. But now I'm going to put the glitter on the little star. And that takes a few seconds to dry, or a minute or two. And there you have your third stamp, or card. So here are our cards. Here we are. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, have fun making cards.
Yes, yes.